Back in 2017, the Sony RX10 Mark IV was released in October. It was announced just before August, September time. As you can see here, Wex announced it back in September 2017. I got my copy, I think it was the 12th of October that year. So quite quickly, and it was a fantastic camera. It was 1,800 quid, give or take a couple of pence at the time. Yeah, expensive, but worth every penny when it arrived. The technology then, it was top notch. It was an absolute beast. It's still a great camera today, but as another viewer pointed out, it's not worth the price that people are charging for it today because of technology movements and etc. etc. So what's going on? So Sony still have it on their website for 1,499 quid. It was down to about 1,300 and something at one point. But Sony's prices have never changed other than come down from the 1,800. Even though it's out of stock, obviously, so they've stopped making it. But it's the aftermarket sellers. So some of the shops, eBay and stuff like that, are now charging absolute silly money for a camera that, yep, is still amazing, but technology-wise is way outdated, 8 years old, and there's a lot more updated tech now. But obviously, it's the only camera out there that is still any good, really. Yeah, there's Panasonic and there's Nikon versions, but Nikon's huge. Panasonic's not quite as good. But yeah, it just absolutely blows my mind. One, why would you pay ridiculous amount of money for a camera that is this old and quite often used as well? So not even new prices. So let's have a quick look at some of the ones that I've found, and you'll blow your mind on the last one. It's absolutely silly. So MPB have one here for £1,789 used, but in excellent condition. They do have one for 669 and a couple of else in between. So 669 is kind of price I'd expect to pay for a good condition one, but not 1,800 quid pretty much, which is what I paid for mine brand new 8 years ago. So absolute bonkers money. I don't know if it's because there isn't hardly any stock anymore, so it's pushed the prices up. But it does show you how good the camera is. If it is a legit price increase due to people wanting them, it's one of those things, isn't it? You have to pay what the market is wanting, but it just seems ridiculous. There's also a lot of bad information about this camera out there as well, which you'll see shortly. So Wex have got one here with no photo for some reason for 1449. Which, if it's in excellent condition, it's cheaper than the 1,700 quid one. But for some reason they've got no photo, which normally would be quite hot on putting a picture in of the actual camera. But again, so 1449, that was the new price from Sony. You know, yeah, mad. Anyway, on to the next one. So we are now £1,945.99p. Don't forget that 99p. That's ridiculous. Um, you know, that's pushing into a decent mirrorless body, full frame, and everything like that. Up to date. That's crazy money. Um, it's mad. I would say today in the real world, an RX10 Mark IV in pretty much brand new condition is worth £1,000. I wouldn't pay any more than that personally, and it's ridiculous. This is absolute daylight robbery. In fact, I don't know how the seller is going to sell that. I don't think anybody's going to spend that much money on it. It's either going to sit there and sit there and sit there until they realise that no one's going to buy it, not for that price anyway. And on to the craziest price yet. So Norwich cameras. I don't know if anybody's used them on here before, but apparently £2,093 is a bargain. Condition new with a full warranty, apparently. But original price apparently £3,660, saving us a fantastic £1,567. Where the hell they got that number from is absolutely ludicrous. considering the price has never ever been more than 1,800 quid. And as the Sony website shows, 1,499 quid. So what the hell? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's mad. I mean, what in it? I mean, 2,100 quid pretty much. Would you buy that? No. And the fake information about it being 3,600 quid is absolutely retarded. It's just absolutely, it's just, that's laughable. So yeah, I'm gonna have a look at Norwich cameras and see what else they sell at overpriced goods. But that's just mad. I have no idea how they've come to that number. Especially stocks available 5 to 7 day lead time. So are they buying them from somewhere and then adding some profit, and then I just don't know how they're doing that. But no one in their right mind would buy that camera for that price. That is absolutely ridiculous. The camera markets generally are through the roof. There's some really good deals out there, obviously, but obviously prices have increased, and obviously in America you've got your tariffs and all that sort of stuff now, so the prices have gone up anyway. But I was just looking, thinking, bloody hell. There's only because a guy who's commented on a video yesterday about the RX10 not being worth the value that it is now for a camera of its age, which I totally agree. Which made me think about looking at used prices and new prices and stuff like that. So yeah, here's the craziest one I could find. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Anyway, please hit the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. Let me know down below in the comments what you've paid for one. Did you buy new or used? And what's the most you'd really pay for one now? I think 1,000 quid, 1,200 quid max for a brand new one, or a very, very, very good used one that's not got any damage and it's still boxed and everything like that. So anyway, let me know. I shall see you soon for another video.